Have you ever been told that you're too direct, too stubborn, maybe even too cold at times? Well, you might be metallic, but let's find out. Hey guys, it's Jannik from ℹWhat, and in this video we're going to go over the key characteristics of the metallic type. But hold on, I know what you're thinking. Personality theory, being put in a box, being told what I am, that doesn't work for you, does it? Well, the good thing is here at ℹWhat, we don't put you in a box. In fact, we have no personality test, and we don't tell you what you are, and we tell you you're a mix of all the different personalities. The only thing we do at ℹWhat is simply find out what is most natural for you, what is easiest for you. So we talk about 6 different personality types, which we refer to as the 6 elements, and we say you're a mix of all of them, but what we try to explore is what is your primary personality, what is your secondary personality, and sometimes we also talk about a third one, because we all have different percentages of different personalities that make up our entire personality. Not only that, we also talk about 3 different states. What do we mean by this? Well, in different moments, we're gonna step into different personalities. You know, at work we might be one personality, at home we might be a different personality, on some passion project we might be a different one. And really we distinguish between 3 different states, which we call our biological state, our societal state, and our passion project state. And we will have a link for a complete video on this below. So, could metallic be one of your dominant elements? Let's see if you relate to any of the following. The metallic type is the most introverted type, meaning they need the least amount of social stimulus, but they're also very literal, they're very direct, they're very methodical, they do like some level of routine, some level of structure, some level of predictability, and when they are in social environments or work environments or in relationships, they really have a tendency to say things without filter because they don't want to beat around the bush. They want to make sure that it's very clear what their position is on something, and they want to be precise always. For them being precise, for them being logical is more important than the emotional reactions that might come out of them being too direct, because they themselves are not as emotional, or more correctly, they're not as emotionally expressive. They don't let their emotions dictate their decisions as much. They are of course emotional like all other beings, but for them it's really important to be exact. Now, metallic people require a lot of structure, routine, predictability, logic, facts in relationships, at work, if you want to motivate them, if you want to make them understand. Even your feelings, you have to communicate even your feelings in a logical way. For them, that's very important. If there's a lack of logic, if there's a lack of predictability, there's a lack of provable facts, for them, that can have a very negative impact in many different ways. It depends on the situation, but it can drain them, it can frustrate them, it can make them shut down, and it can make them disconnect from that situation because they don't have patience for things that are superficial and are too light in nature. They really like to understand and grasp concepts at a deeper, more complex level. So it is imperative that when you're communicating or in a relationship, any type of relationship, with a metallic person, that you give them that structure, that routine, those facts, that logic, because you're gonna have a much better relationship with them, and they're also gonna be happier, more productive, and also more flexible with you if they receive that. Now, metallic people are great examples of people who, even during emotional moments, when they have to take emotions into account and make decisions that affect them emotionally, they're ultimately going to make their decisions based on logic, and they're going to analyze their emotions logically. Now, another thing to keep in mind with all the introverts in general is that the more introverted you are, the more you're going to think before you talk. Extroverts, they think out loud, meaning they talk, and share all their thoughts, even underdeveloped thoughts. And this can create some confusion, and this can create some frustration when you have people on the 2 extremes, you know, an introvert and extrovert talking, because introverts are way more committed to their ideas than extroverts. Extroverts will blurb out ideas and have fun just blurbing out silly, underdeveloped ideas because they don't necessarily plan to commit to them. So keep that in mind. Now, another thing we have to talk about is that metallic people, when they are being emotional, they're still gonna be logical during the exploration of those emotions, which means they're gonna try to explore how they feel, why they feel that way, what's causing that feeling, what impact does that feeling have, and how they can overcome the challenges of having some maybe negative emotions and come up with a logical solution to fix it. This can come across as unemotional to non-metallic people because non-metallic people would probably express their fears and anxieties more openly, more outwardly, but metallic people experience all these things too. They just mask them very well. Now, if you see someone being a little bit more skeptical, a little bit more negative, a little bit more critical about something, before believing in it, before accepting it, it's probably a metallic person who's trying to understand the deeper complexities of it before they accept it. So, does this sound like you or somebody you know? If so, please let us know in the comments below. And next up, we're gonna have more videos about what does this mean? What are you gonna do with all this information? Because we're way more than just a profiling system here at Develop Your Element. We actually talk about personality theory from the perspective of how to live a richer life where you're in control, where you're more regenerated, where you're the best version of you, where you have stronger relationships, better careers, and just generally more happiness. So, make sure to check out those videos and see you in the next video.